back out in the garden. We're getting ready to harvest some stuff and think a little bit about the future. So welcome to the show. This is Hedgery. So we're out here in the garden getting ready to harvest a bunch of this big greenery here. As you can see by these turnip leaves, they're starting to get chewed on pretty heavily. The beet greens, not so much, but there's still some holes in there. And as warmer weather comes in, I want to get these out of the ground before they bolt, which means they go to seed, and then they're not very good to eat. I'm also going to take out some of these onions. Although most of them I'm going to leave. I'm going to scoop out around the edges a little so they dry out faster, because I want those to keep. I want to be able to store them longer, and that requires them to get dry. As I harvest things, I'm going to wash them off in my bucket of water from the Blue Store, and you only need about a half a bucket, maybe even less. A full bucket is 40 pounds, so you don't need to be hauling that around. Just get by with whatever water you need to wash things off. And then I can put it in my harvest bucket. And then once the water, once I'm done, I can put the water back on the garden. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see who's first. Oh, we got a nice looking turnip over here. And let's gently lift our friend out here. Shake off the dirt. And we're going to give our friend a wash here. This also has the benefit of putting the soil back into the garden, so we're not bringing it into the house. All right, one turnip, and oh, a nice big beet here. Come on, beet friend. Again, knock off the stuff. Look at that. I got a nice big beet. Give it a wash. Got another nice big beet here. Not as huge as that last one, but holy cow. Beautiful beet. I've never been a huge fan of greens myself. It's one of those things I'm working on. But beet greens are actually edible. Swiss chard is a variety of beet that's bred for the leaves. These plant allies of ours, we've spent a lot of time building relationships with these plant allies, our ancestors, our forebears, and it's important for us to continue that. These plants were not like this in the beginning. If you go look at a sea beet, which is the original wild beet, they're much smaller. And over generations, these plants entered into a cooperation with us. And now we have beets, like big beets. All right, which is different from, Big B's magic hand or whatever. All right, let's take holy moly, let's take a peek at this turnip. Oh, come on, turnip. Whoa, giant turnip. That is a huge turnip. And let's give that a wash. All of these seeds that I used for the turnips, the beets, and the carrots came from Turtle Tree, which is a biodynamic company. Oh, a little beet here that it kind of got shaded too much by the others. All right, that is a monster turnip. And I think I see a monster beet over here too. Holy cow. Wow, look at that. Come on, pill bug, sow bug, mealybug, isopod. Get back in that garden. All right. That is incredible. Look at the size of that beak. Do not want that going to seed and getting woody on us. I might need another bucket. And these carrots, I think, might need a little bit more sun. So I'm gonna let them go. I think they got shaded by the beets. So that's something to learn from this type of intercropping. Maybe I got a little overzealous on it. Let's see, we got a carrot back over here. Let's see how that one did. That's not too bad. It's a little smaller than this variety usually goes. This is another one of those turtle tree varieties, so open pollinated, but still, you know, pretty decent carrot. So again, these are looking pretty good. And like these onions, another example of a plant ally. These are plants that weren't, you know, this bulbous in the wild. This is something that they do in cooperation with humans. And it's important for us to respect that. All right, let's find a couple of these onions to take back. I'm gonna leave a lot of these onions to dry, like I said. I'm also thinking of leaving some of them just to keep going in the hopes that they'll deter insects and stuff on some of the new things I plant. So to hopefully give them a little bit of an opportunity to get a head start. This carrot, let's see how this is doing. Oh no, I had two that came up and I didn't thin them correctly. This is on me. Truth be told, this is part of why permaculturists say that your garden should be in the first circle right by the house. I don't really have that option to have this kind of a garden. I could maybe grow a few things on my balcony, but it doesn't get enough sun to be good for most vegetables. But you know, we work with where we're at. Oh, we got a turnip over there. Let's see how you're doing. Oh, this one turned out to be pretty small. Again, this is one of those ones I talked about last time that they went into the ground pretty cold, and I think they really got stunted by that. So that's on me. I listened to the planting calendar, but of course the weather, it's been a relatively cool year. Let's see what else. Oh, a lot to do in here. Anyway, before I go, I want to leave you with a question that has more than one correct answer. When we pull a carrot from the ground, there's a sharp smell, a very herbal smell. And we now know that that is actually the smell of the carrot screaming. It's a little hard to put it that way, but we found that that message, that chemical message, goes not just to the rest of the carrot, but even to other plants nearby. So given that, how can we treat our plant allies with more respect, given that ultimately we are going to eat them? So think that over and share with us down in the comments. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, you are Hedgery.